civil servants on working towards finding solutions wherever they find themselves. A minute silence was observed in honor of the former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife. Awards were presented to deserving 33 civil servants, while cake cutting formed the high point of the event, attended by Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezajoyi, members of State Executive Council, prominent secretaries, and labor union leaders, among others. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Anambra State government says its target is to settle long-lasting land disputes among some communities and ensure peace across the state before the end of next year. The State Deputy Governor, Dr. Nyekachukwu Ibezim, stated this during the Anambra State Boundary Committee meeting at Government House, Awka. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo has the details.
The chairman of the State Boundary Committee cautioned communities in boundary disputes to sheath their sword and embrace peace, as according to him, nothing is worth human life. Even as he disclosed that from next year that the state government, through the Boundary Committee, will embark on delineation of disputed boundaries across the state and establish monuments in the areas to restore peace and prevent future disputes amongst communities involved.
We need to even start from the known to the unknown. The communities that don't have skirmishes. And we know from what is happening that tomorrow they will have. We need to show them their boundaries. We monument it. We don't want to fight each other. That is where we are now. It's a good way to go. So we are starting even from the known to unknown.
Earlier in a speech, the senior spiritual assistant to the governor on boundary matters, Mr. Kenechukwu Okoye, explained that the committee was established and charged with the core mandate of resolving inter-community and interlocal government boundary disputes, and also act on behalf of the state in the resolution of interstate boundary disputes, chiefly championed by the National Boundary Commission. Mr. Okoye recommended prioritization of peace, education, and advocacy by conducting constant conferences, trainings, and seminars on peace and conflict resolution for communities, especially the youthful population and other stakeholders. In a remark, the traditional ruler of Enugu Monya, Igwe Peter Ezamama, emphasized on the need for the warring communities to give peace a chance, reminding them that peaceful settlement of issues, especially land-related issues, is key, and pointed out that dispute scares development and investors away, and above all leads to preventable destruction of life and properties. During the meeting, members of some communities in boundary disputes in the state, including Amudoka in Awka South local government area and Ebuagu, Okokwa, Amanse in Awka North, as well as Aba Ubo and Ukulu communities in Dunukofia Council area, were invited, where they, on behalf of their communities, gave their consent on the decision of the state government to delineate the boundaries and establish monuments on them, except the representative of Aba community, who disagreed with the state government's decision with claims that Aba community has series of court cases against Ubo on their disputed boundary. From Government House in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
As the year gradually comes to an end, the Anambra State Market Evangelism held its end-of-the-year prayer meeting at Electrical Market, Obusi. The prayer meeting kicked off with an opening prayer led by Reverend Celestine Eze, which was followed by an intensive praise and worship session where members of the market from different states showcased their dance steps. Correspondent Faith Onyemuche has the details.
In a sermon titled, "Who is on the Lord's Side?", a guest preacher, Reverend Christopher Anyanwu, said many Christians have left the faith in their quest for materialism, instant miracles, etc., stressing that one's stand with God must be made clear. Taking a text from Exodus 32 verse 36, Reverend Anyanwu said it is only the blood of Jesus that has the power to save and cleanse one from afflictions, cautioning those involved in diabolic acts to desist from such.
N'iru ekwensu ihe dị iche n'ego na mmadụ adịrọ ọkụkọ agaraghị mma n'iru ekwensu ọ bụ na ọkụkọ ka ọ chọrọ iweta nwa ọkụkọ ogbuo emere ọkụkọ I will change your name.
In his vote of thanks, the President General of the market, Comrade Chike Onunkwo, appreciated the prayer team for the impact of their prayers in the market. He said the prayer shows there is still unity in the Christian domain as members of the market from different denominations were present.
I met every year in our market, so how does it July when men get at you go see unity for the Christians and the unity between the market and our market and other markets.
Speaking to the ABS in separate interviews, the state coordinator, Anambra State Market Evangelism, Brother Sivanus Anodike, and his electrical market counterpart, Brother Onyechi Manuel, said their aim of taking the prayer around the market is for the gospel of Jesus Christ to get to all, and also to foster unity among Christians. They advise Christians to be careful with their living, embrace God, and cultivate the lifestyle of prayer. The duo, while highlighting their challenges, thanked God for sustaining them through the year. Special prayer for Mazin Nambikano, the prayer team, members of the market, its executives, and Thanksgiving featured at the prayer. In Onitsha, Faith Onyemuche, ABS News.
Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has assured that his administration will sustain partnership with journalists in the state to news quest for a better Anambra. The governor gave the assurance during this year's Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ Anambra State Council Cultural Festival held at the Council Secretariat in Awka with a theme, Cultural Catalyst for Igbo Unity, Collective Advancement and Global Resurgence. Emmanuel Okonkwo completes the report.
Udo, represented by the State Commissioner for Culture and Entertainment, Mr. Don Onyenji, while reassuring the support of the government to journalists in the state, commended the state NUJ for organizing such an event to reawaken the consciousness of Ndibo towards upholding and reviving their rich culture and traditions, which according to him is the best across the globe. He explained that the state government is committed towards promoting and showcasing Igbo tradition and culture to the world through the Ministry of Culture and Entertainment.
And it's in line with the vision of the Soludo administration to project our culture, celebrate our culture. Because we are proudly in the Anambra, known by our core values. These are all part of the enjoyment. And all other activities of government are geared towards making Anambra livable.
Earlier in a keynote address on the theme of the event, the Prime Minister of Abagana community, Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, who traced the history of the Igbos and the present position of the Igbo culture amidst other cultures of the world, harped on the need for Igbos to join hands to build and project their rich cultural heritage, which, according to him, seems to be going into extinction. The chairman on the occasion, pharmacist Victor Okeke Mbajiaka, who identified culture as the major unifying factor of a tribe, said it is high time the Igbos embraced their culture for lasting unity and progress amongst them as a people in this part of the world, even as he reminded journalists to uphold principles of journalism, be versatile and humble, as well as make use of their power as people in the fourth estate of the realm to influence the society positively and build a better society. For the chairman, Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ Anambra State Council, Dr. Emeka Odogun, who expressed satisfaction with the outcome of the event, journalists are core promoters of culture and traditions through their various platforms, and as such, journalists of the Igbo extraction should help in saving the Igbo culture and tradition from going into extinction. Also speaking, the Anambra State NUJ Metrak, Professor Stella Okunna, while regretting how today's Igbo youths embrace Western culture, abandoning their own culture, called on Igbos to jettison the negative aspect of their culture and tradition and give more attention to ways through which their culture and tradition will be sustained through generations unborn. Urged Igbo parents to always speak Igbo language to their children and teach them the core Igbo values and culture. She lauded the state NUJ under the leadership of Dr. Emeka Odogun for being on top of their game in managing information and fighting for enthronement of a better society through the journalism profession. In Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Okochi Village, Okpuno, Oka South Council area, has embarked on palliative work on the erosion component of the road from back of St. John's Hotel, Nodu Okpuno, to Okochi Village, Okpuno, through Okochi Village Square to Obibia Stream. Flagging of the project, the Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Adimewu, commended the village stakeholders for their unity of purpose in initiating and embarking on the project. Paul Ezoke has the details.
Engineer Odimewu said the initiative is in line with the policy of Governor Chukwuma Soludo in promoting public-private community partnership in developing all parts of the state and uplifting quality of life of the people. He assured the people that the state government will in no distant time extend interventions to the area while plans to reconstruct the road is ongoing, adding that the reconstruction of the road with drainage system properly discharged into the nearby Obibia stream will provide permanent solutions to the challenges of erosion in the area. The commissioner lamented that the state presently has over 1,000 active erosion sites, including gully erosion, in at least 160 communities because of the state topography, soil texture, and high intensity of flooding. He explained that the state government is encouraging people to embrace preventive and intentional sustainable measures, stressing that property developers should provide green areas for planting of trees and grasses, as well as dig wells for collection of runoff water.
Private, public, community, are they involved? A one-way partnership. Because it was in the Anambra State Keta, environment. With the level of devastation, Opota Ife, that no one is involved.
Also speaking, the Managing Director, Anambra State Erosion, Watershed and Climate Agency, Professor Philip Phil Eze, while commending the village for supporting government efforts, assured that the erosion control project will be properly designed to stand the test of time.
Professor Charles Kuma, Soludo, CFR. Private, public, community partnership. Okay, go see all Chalunto open up with Java. Now you come manual on.
Earlier in a welcome address on behalf of the village, Sir Declan Egwatu said the road named after the Catholic Bishop of Oka, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokapo, is very important because it will reduce environmental challenges in the area, link the area to the new government house, provide access to government migrant farmer school, churches, industries, farms and streams, adding that over 15,000 public servants and indigents live in the area. He lauded Governor Soludo for being the first governor to award the road for construction and expressed the hope that the project will soon be flagged off and interventions will also commence on various erosion sites to give people of the area a sense of belonging.
We thank the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, for including our Okochi Road from back of St. John's Hotel to Obibia Street through Okochi Village Square in his 2023 action plan for roads in Anambra State.
In their separate reactions, a former permanent secretary in the State Civil Service, Comrade Leo Imoka, and a landlord in the area, Elder Emma Nzomiwu, said prompt intervention will save buildings in the area and enable farmers to evacuate their produce. Many dignitaries witnessed the flag-off, including the Catholic Bishop of Oka, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokapo, represented by the parish priest, St. Gabriel Parish, Okpuno, Reverend Father Emmanuel Opomata. From Okochi Village, Okpuno, in Oka South Local Government Area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, said the Armed Forces of Nigeria is leveraging technology, reducing oil theft and terrorism in Nigeria to make the country safer for the citizenry. General Musa was speaking in his maiden parley with the media in Abuja, said armed forces now use technologies such as drones to dictate crimes like vandalization of oil pipelines, cultism, kidnapping, banditry, among others, especially in the southeast and south-south zones, where those vices hold sway owing to sponsorship and protection of perpetrators by citizens. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Princess Ikwi Ajide has the details.
General Musa advocated that community policing will make safeguarding communities easier as the military needs the support of the populace to succeed in its efforts to rid the country of terrorists who, he said, over 140,000 have surrendered. The Chief of Defense Staff also advocated that security awareness be included in school curriculum so as to educate the citizenry that it is their right to report any suspicious movements or actions in their localities. He charged journalists not to relent in their support for the military through balanced reportage and to be mindful of what they put out, as it could make or mar, especially before the diplomatic community.
Anywhere you have good governance together, once the citizens feel they are fully protected, they are well taken care of, they have good health, good schools and all these things, it brings up this level of insecurity all over the world. And we know there is not only Nigeria that is facing these issues of insecurity. Asymmetric warfare or terrorism is everywhere now. They are spreading fast. Mali, we can see Mali, Burkina Faso and all this. Everybody is struggling.
Earlier, the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tuko Gusau, had said the essence of the interactive session was to intimate journalists about the preparedness of the military to safeguard citizens. He reminded journalists of the multiplier effects of their role as critical stakeholders in crime fighting and urged them to assist boost the morale of troops who put their all in safeguarding the nation. In Abuja, Princess Ikwi Ajide reporting.
Danish shipping company Maersk has said it's pausing all journeys through the Red Sea. The decision comes after a spate of attacks on vessels launched from a part of Yemen controlled by the Houthis, an Iran-backed rebel movement. The group has declared its support for Hamas and said it is targeting ships traveling to Israel. The Red Sea is one of the world's most important routes for oil and fuel shipments. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or follow on X at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Do well to log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Governor Soludo to award 20,000 naira to public servants in the state. State government has assured communities of resolved land dispute before the ending of this year. Nigeria Armed Forces is to leverage on technology for improved security. Shipping firms have paused Red Sea journeys over Israeli-Hamas war. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wankwo. Good morning.